Let's go into this article right here. Here we go. And this one, it cost me 50 cents, folks. So it cost me 50 cents, and then I'm going to have to remember to cancel my subscription after the show. So y'all better damn appreciate this article right here. And this article better be gosh dang good because I just spent 50 cents on it. 50 cents. I had to put in my credit card information, folks. Got to cancel it. I got to remember they're going to charge me $8 a month. $8. $8 for a Denver article? I mean, we are online. Why are you charging for articles? I mean, what are we doing here? Charging for articles, gatekeeping information. What? So this better be good. This better be gosh dang good. So here we go. Here's the tweet that got us into the article. Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, Mike Boone. The Broncos appear to be using a 3-back approach. Each running back has impressed in the first week of camp. So a 3-back approach. We just saw the Ravens do a 3-back approach with J.K. Dobbins, Mark Ingram, and I always forget the third one. Gus Edwards, there it is. And then we talk about the Colts potentially using a 3-back scheme of Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, Nyheim Hines. And now we're potentially thinking the Falcons can use... No, not the Falcons. The Saints could use 3 backs with Alvin Kamara. And they just brought in... Oh, I got to look them up. Because they got 3. Latavius Murray, Alvin Kamara, and what was it, Devontae Freeman that they just picked up? Let's get their depth chart up because they got 3 backs. We've talked about that on the show earlier this week when we heard the signing initially. It is Devontae Freeman. So they got 3 backs. So this potential of 3 backs, we've been kind of keeping an eye on it, and it is a narrative that we are looking into. And the Saints doing it was kind of real bizarre because we were like, Alvin Kamara is absolutely great, and Latavius Murray is a solid number 2. And then you bring in Devontae Freeman, who's a solid number 2, but now is a great number 3 now. And it's like, all right, maybe this passing offense isn't going to be as great as it was. Maybe, they're going to kind of run what the Ravens did with Taysom Hill at the starting quarterback, like a Lamar Jackson, that dual threat ability with, having fresh running backs out there because you can just cycle. If you have 3 great running backs and you can just keep cycling them in and out, nobody's tired, fresh legs for the entire year, that could be deadly. So it's interesting that the Broncos are trying to use this approach. They don't have the best running backs out here. I don't even like Melvin Gordon. I don't even put him in really the top 15 backs. I don't even know if I put him in top 20. So it's a little interesting there. Javonte Williams, Mike Boone to kind of round out the 3 here. So we'll see what is in this article and why they think the Broncos could be using this kind of 3-back fit. And once again, like the Saints with Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill, the Broncos with Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater, it's like they're good quarterbacks. All 4 of those quarterbacks are good, but they're not the elite. They're not the top tier. They're not in the top 10 of quarterbacks. They're not even in the top 15 of quarterbacks. Jameis Winston could be if he didn't throw all those interceptions, but that seems to kind of go hand in hand with his level of play and how he just goes out there and plays quarterback. So it's going to be interesting to kind of go through this article and just see what this Broncos kind of just overall offense identity is going to be. Are they just going to let whoever wins the starting quarterback job go out and be the game manager and let these 3 running backs just kind of really maintain the game and control the time of the game, control the clock, and control the game, let their defense kind of be, solid as well, so the quarterback just has to be a game manager out there? So let's see what we get in this article. Big stakes in this article. It's by Zach Stevens of thedenver.com. Thedenver.com. They're charging 50 cents now. The Denver, because it's such a highly regarded website and journalist publishing. So, Zach Stevens, if you're charging me 50 cents to get in this website, you better gosh darn hope this article's good. So, pressure is on right now, and let's see if this article was worth the time, the hassle of signing up, paying, putting in my credit card, and then having me to remember to cancel my subscription right after the show, because I ain't getting dinged for $8. Ain't no way, folks. Ain't no way I'm getting dinged for $8. So, here we go. The headline of the article: Denver Broncos training camp takeaways. How the Broncos rushing attack is forming into a 3-headed monster. All right, Zach, sell us. You better gosh dang sell us. All right, let's read this editor's note. Welcome into one of many, many takeaway pieces to come during Broncos training camp. A staple of Denver's training camp coverage. The website, The Denver. We're The Denver. These stories will be posted after each and every practice of camp. Who is standing out? Who is lagging behind? And who is looking like the favorite in each of the position battles? Those are questions and many more we will be answered right here. All right, baby. Here we go, Zach Stevens. Sell us. Sell us. All right, three-headed monster on the ground. The Broncos have the fourth highest paid running back in the NFL. He's the fourth highest paid running back. I cannot believe that. That is just disrespectful to everybody else, folks. Melvin Gordon, I don't think he's that great, folks. He's tier 2 in my opinion. I call him tier 2. All right, back to the article. Here we go. The Broncos have the fourth highest paid running back in the NFL. They traded up in the second round to draft another runner, and they gave nearly $2 million a year to another back in free agency this year. And make no mistake about it, they're going to use them all. That was very apparent on Tuesday when the team put pads on for the first time this year and truly got to evaluate the rushing attack. Quote, I thought we ran the ball pretty damn good on offense, Fangio said proudly after practice. Quote, I need to go look at the tape. I just think we had a good progression. I think tomorrow's practice will be even better with pads on. To start, Melvin Gordon has appeared to pick up where he left off last year. In the final 7 games of the 2020 season, Gordon averaged over 5 yards per carry. That's pretty good. That's really good. After an offseason haircut, literally, Gordon appears in even better shape and has been reading the field well. By the Broncos' action, he remains the top back as he's receiving the first rep each day. An element of his game that was displayed widely in the first 5 practices without pads was his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. Regardless if it's been Teddy Bridgewater or Drew Lock, Gordon has received plenty of targets. He's shown to be a reliable receiver in those targets too. All right. So Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater maybe kind of dinking and dunking a little bit out there, trying not to kind of, lose the job. Just a, a little overread into that. All right. One of Gordon's best runs on Tuesday came on 3rd and 5, with the defense expecting a pass and the offense playing into that. With Lock in shotgun, Pat Shurmur dialed up a draw play. As the defense dropped into coverage, Gordon got the handoff and exploded upfield. He crossed the first down marker before the defense could crash down on the play. First down. All right, Melvin Gordon getting first downs in practice. Absolutely love it, right? While Gordon has been treated as the starter in the first week of camp, it's very clear the Broncos' rushing attack will be a group effort, thanks in large part to rookie Javonte Williams. Now, we're not the biggest on Javonte Williams. We do have him on our big board here. We do have him number 3, but we have to say this every time we bring this up. It's big, drastic differences, and there's a big old gap here between Najee Harris and Travis Etienne. They're up here, and then there's a big old gap, and then Javonte Williams and Michael Carter are right down there. So there's really not that much depth here at the running back position. And I'm not the biggest believer in Javonte Williams. I think he's an average back. I don't think he's anything truly special. And if the Broncos were kind of planning on doing a running back by committee, why the hell do you get rid of Phillip Lindsay? He was still under his rookie deal, and he was still rushing for 1,000 yards every single season. So it still makes no sense why they got rid of Phillip Lindsay, and it's still irritating to me, especially reading this now, that you want to have like a versatile, packed running back room and use all three rotation running back room, and then you get rid of Phillip Lindsay in the offseason. I think it makes absolutely zero sense. I want to know whose decision that was that fully kind of pulled the trigger to get that man off the team. I hate it. Well, let's get back in this article. Quote here by Pat Shurmur, the offensive coordinator. Quote, he's been terrific, Pat Shurmur said after Tuesday's practice. Quote, his running ability is very obvious, but the things that we see are his instincts as a football player. Some people just get it, and then we've all been around people that just don't quite get it. They wake up every morning and start over. He gets it, and it shows up in his pass protection. It shows up in being able to get lined up, his awareness. He's got a really bright future. Williams' bright future won't have to wait. Although Gordon has received the first reps, Williams has received plenty of snaps with the first and second team offense. Not once has the rookie looked out of place. Alrighty, real solid there. On Tuesday, he displayed a mature aspect to his game. On 1st and 10 during a move the ball period, Williams received a handoff from Locke out of the gun. Instead of taking off toward the left sideline, the rookie waited for the sweep to develop. Williams slowly drifted to the left as his offensive lineman pulled to the sideline, then made his move and shot upfield. The play only gained 5 yards, but if the 21-year-old hadn't shown patience, a little bit of a bad, that's our knock one on the author right here. A little bit, I don't think this is right. But if the 21-year-old hadn't shown patience, hadn't shown, you got to put that N in there, my man, hadn't shown patience, it would have been far less. So you got me paying 50 cents for an article that's not even proofread and kind of, fully 100% right? Y'all got me paying for this nonsense? Zach Stevens, disappointed, my man. 1 strike already. 3 strikes and we're out. We'll close the article. We won't even finish it. All right, let's get back to the article right here. This running style was also on display when he took it to the end zone from a few yards out during a red zone period. Williams displayed patience as he waited for the hold to develop near the goal line, then hit it hard as he picked up 6 points. At 5'10", 220 pounds, Williams isn't afraid to seek out contact. But on Tuesday, he also displayed a shimmy to freeze a linebacker and pick up 3 on a play where nothing was open up the middle. Alrighty, so he's got some patience. The biggest kind of patient runner is Le'Veon Bell. I mean, when everyone kind of watched him just kind of like tiptoe behind the line, and then he finally sees the hole after kind of like 2, 3, 4 seconds of following the blockers, and then he hits it, and then he explodes through it. So we'll see if Javonte Williams out here can kind of be a Le'Veon Bell-esque running back. We'll see. So far, it's kind of sounding like he's kind of developing his game to be that patient runner and then attack and, just wait and make the right read. If Denver's running attack stopped there, they would feel very comfortable about their 2-headed attack, but there will be one more back added to the rotation. Quote here by Vic Fangio. I like Mike. Mike is a good running back. Fangio said on Tuesday about Mike Boone. Quote, he's got juice, he's explosive, he's decisive, and he runs hard for a guy that's maybe on the small side, but he doesn't play small. I like Mike. Mike is not a guy to fall asleep on. Alrighty. Wake up number 26 is going to see the field. He certainly has been the first week of camp. When Boone's on the field, there isn't a drop-off in terms of explosiveness at the running back position. Quote, by Pat Shurmur, he's an explosive guy, very explosive and, again, very instinctive. He will earn some playing time in there. He's done a really good job. It's not a coincidence both Fangio and Shurmur used the word explosive when talking about the 5'10", 206-pound back. On Tuesday, trailing the offensive line as they gradually pushed the defensive line to the left, Boone saw a hole on the right side of the line, planted his left foot, and shot out of a cannon for a gain of 10 yards. Although the Broncos have 2 massive commitments ahead of him on the depth chart, as the head coach said, don't sleep on Mike. Near the end of practice, Shurmur displayed just how fluid the running back rotation could be. In a 4-play sequence during a move-the-ball period, all 3 backs were given the ball. In those 3 plays, Denver picked up 15 yards on the ground. The potential 3-headed rushing attack could not only help keep all 3 backs fresh, but it could also help them all stay healthy, and that's exactly it. 3 out of a 4-play sequence, all 3 running backs played the ball for at least 1 play, so that constant rotation. And if you don't have that great elite running back like Melvin Gordon, if you want to call him tier 1 running back, that's fine. I'm not going to knock that, but he's not top 5, top 10. And that's why running back by committees can work. You don't have a Derrick Henry that can just rush for 2,000 yards. You got Melvin Gordon, whose baseline is like 1,000. I think he's only broken 1,000 once in his career, but he's always like a solid 8 to 1,000 yard. So that's a solid back right there. But then you just bring in your number 2 who gets gets another like 600. Then you bring in your number 3 who gets another kind of 3 to 500 as well. And it's just fresh legs that's all explosive, that can truly all get the ball moving whenever, regardless of who's out there. So that's why we are kind of, always getting behind like the 3-back rotation. If you don't have a Derrick Henry on your team, you should be kind of, doing running back by committee. Derrick Henry, he doesn't need kind of a backup running back. He doesn't kind of need the rest. He will just go out and do it all himself here. So Melvin Gordon's really not that guy. And if Javonte Williams is as good as they're saying, if Mike Boone's as explosive as they've been saying, and if they can get just great, consistent production from all 3 of those runners out here, it's going to make the offense just work even more. It's going to keep them all healthy, like they said in this article. And it's just going to make the job of Teddy Bridgewater or Drew Lock, whoever wins the starting job, just that much easier, knowing that they don't have to go and do it all themselves, that they can rely on the running backs, all 3 of them. They don't have to keep making the deep throws. That's what Drew Lock wants to do. He always falls in love with the deep throw. Teddy Bridgewater's knock is that, he's has a little trouble kind of moving the ball in some circumstances during the points of the game. And if you can rely on 3 great running backs here, it just makes everything, fall into place. So this is something that we will definitely look on, that we will kind of keep tabs on, this Broncos running back depth, and if they truly just keep going with the 3-headed rushing attack, and we'll see what happens in preseason, and we'll see if it carries on into the regular season. So overall, this article, all right, was it worth 50 cents? No. Did we get anything great information-wise? No. Did we see a spelling error? Yes. So Zach Stevens right here, he's on Twitter. Here he is. Zach Stevens, DNVR, Denver, the Denver folks. Take it up with him. I think we'll be canceling our subscription. We'll see.